Hello everyone, I am Dr. Manzoor Sanmalek, eye specialist from Al Shifa Eye Hospital, Bahawalpur. Today I am going to explain you very common eye condition which is known as pterygium. Pterygium is a conjunctival growth which is non-cancerous benign growth from the conjunctiva, and it arises from conjunctiva from wide part of the eye. This white part is known as sclera, this black part is known as cornea. And the conjunctiva is a covering which covers sclera, white part of the eye, and also underneath the eyelids. This is a vascularized covering. This is a thin covering which has got blood vessels in its structure and over its surface. So the conjunctival growth which arises from the sclera and extends toward the cornea. This is known as pterygium. The shape you can see, it is wing shaped, it is triangular, and we can name its different parts like this is head of the pterygium, this is neck of the pterygium, and this is body of the pterygium. Sometimes we may name it as tail of the pterygium. Tail, this is neck, and this is body of the pterygium. More fleshy part is known as body of the pterygium. So this is again a non-cancerous benign growth which arises from the conjunctiva and leads to crosses this border which is known as corneoscleral junction. It crosses that junction and encroaches the cornea, and it may lead and go on encroaching the cornea up to center of the cornea where there is pupil behind, and it may cover the visual axis and may badly impair the vision. So this is one thing important and dangerous in a way that if we don't treat it in time, don't remove it in time, it will grow and cover the visual axis of the eye and may impair and may hamper vision very badly. So this is why this common problem is important, and it has got importance to be discussed and to safeguard and prevent this condition so that it may not impair one's vision. So the causes of the pterygium are, it is actually true cause of pterygium growth is unknown. That means it is idiopathic. True cause is not known, but it is supposed to be more common in tropical areas, where areas near the equator it is very common, where there is more sunlight and exposure to ultraviolet rays. So exposure to ultraviolet rays is supposed to be the most common cause of pterygium growth, and it is more common in people who are more exposed to outdoor activities or just like farmers and laborers who work in sunlight and in outdoors. It also very common in sandy areas and dusty areas, and it has got somewhat relation with the allergic condition, the causes which cause an allergy to the eye. It is also common in those areas where allergy is more common, just like sandy areas, dusty areas, and also mainly the ultraviolet rays. So as you can well imagine that this nasal part, the part of the eye which is more towards nose, so nasal part of the eye is actually more exposed to sun, to wind, and it is more exposed to outside environment. So that is why the pterygium on the nasal side is more common. It may grow on temporal side also. from the side of the ear. It is known as temporal side. It may grow from the temporal side also, but it is very common from the nasal side. Sometimes it is both nasal and temporal also. So due to exposure, due to ultraviolet rays, due to sun and dust and stormy conditions, it is very common in those areas where these conditions prevail. So these are the causes, and then we can go for its symptoms and signs. Its symptoms and signs are, as you can see, it is reddish growth. So we can feel red eye, itching, watering, sometimes foreign body sensation in the eye, and sometimes if it is more inflamed, we can suffer, we can face sometimes pain in the eye. So, and it may also called blurring of vision. Blurring of vision may be due to its growth in front of the visual axis, and blurring of vision may be due to its pull on the cornea. So, this pull on the cornea may lead to astigmatism, and that will lead to demand for the cylindrical glasses. So, blurring of vision may be the final problem of the pterygium sometimes because of its growth in front of the cornea and toward the center of the cornea, or it may be due to astigmatism. So these are its signs and symptoms, and then we can go for treatment. For mild cases which are just near the limbus and these are not so fleshy and regressive and degenerative, we can just leave them as such and ignore. And if there is some complaints like redness, watering, itching, then we can give decongestant drops or anti-allergic drops also work. And sometimes if it is more inflamed, then we can give mild steroids to get rid of that inflammation. And when this pterygium grows in front of the pupil and it goes towards the growing toward the pupillary area, then one must treat it by surgically. So surgically it should be removed. The pterygium must be treated with surgery so that it could be stopped before it goes in front of the eye, in front of the pupil. When it comes in front of the pupil visual axis, then if we remove it from here, it will leave behind an opacity in front of the pupil. So if there is remaining opacity over the pupillary area, then it will badly affect our vision. So it is necessary, it is mandatory to remove, to treat the pterygium before it encroaches the visual axis. So this is very important. And if it leaves behind an opacity in the center, then we may need keratoplasty for this removal. So it is important to treat the pterygium well in time. Then its prevention. Prevention of course depends upon the causes. So exposure to sunlight and ultraviolet rays is very important. So one must use sunglasses to avoid direct sunlight to the eye. Moreover, exposure to stormy conditions, exposure to dust, exposure to pollens must also be avoided. And and also frequent washing of the eyes, with clean water. One should wash our eyes frequently so that any pollen, any dust coming in contact with the eye is washed out. So these are the preventive measures that can prevent or stop its growth and we can save our vision before it goes in front of the car of the pupil and it hampers our vision. So I think these information will help you uh, to stop this problem and to deal with problem. And if you feel any problem in the eye like this, one should consult his doctor so that it should be treated well in time and vision may be saved.